Hello and welcome to Sims Live channel. This video is all about The Sims 14, what they're fixing on March 17th, 2026, which is our next biggest update for PC and Mac users. And this is going to cover over 55 issues. So let's dive in and see how our gameplay will be improving. Starting with the top 5 most voted fixes, number 1 is the strangers in your conversation. This had 1,190 votes, and the Sims team has implemented notable changes to how Sims determine who they speak with on a lot. Now, Sims will generally prefer speaking with familiar Sims that they already have a good rapport with, and Sims are less likely to engage with strangers spontaneously. So that sounds pretty promising. Number 2 is the prom event disappearing from the calendar. This had 921 votes. And the Sims team has stated that the prom will be appearing on calendars and Sims will be able to attend now. This fix will ensure that it is working for new and old saves. They are also fixing the prom goals that before they weren't being able to complete or weren't showing at all. Number 3 top voted issue is Evolving Cats and Dogs Expansion Pack and Horse Ranch Expansion Pack. There were pre-made households having pet and horses. They were just disappearing. The Sims team stated that they did fix the missing data for pets and horses and the new fresh saves. If this is happening to you currently as an old save, this new update will not fix this. You will have to create a new save for this not to be a problem. This issue had 750 votes on it. Number 4 most voted issue was with the eyes and eyelid issues with 716 votes. They fixed it to where the Sims eye blinking will now fully show closed eyes for the most of the interactions now. Number 5 most voted issue was with Cottage Living Expansion Pack, that animals were getting stuck in their inventories or disappearing altogether. In order to do the Finrich Cow Fair, you had to take the cows into your inventory and then return them to your shed. This actually got 366 votes, and the Sims team states that animals can now be assigned to an animal shed after moving the household to a new lot. They will no longer be stuck in the household or the Sims inventory. This has been fixed for saves where the animals are already stuck. So hooray! Sims team really wanted to focus on Sims autonomy improvements as one of their key focuses based on community feedback. And this update develops on 3 of their top autonomy issues: Sims socializing with strangers, excessive flirting, and Sims using objects obsessively. So, Sims excessively flirting with others. With this autonomy improvements, they will be fixing this issue. I'm hoping that this fix doesn't affect romantic relationships between 2 Sims though, but this had 395 votes on it. And then with Sims obsessively using objects, because there's such a big array of objects that the Sims just love to go to, like the computer and random other things, we've broken it down by the object. So in order to fix this, they've added new preferences to the game, including phones, likes computers, dislikes phones, and dislike computers. If you don't want your Sims to autonomously use these objects, please give them the dislike phones and dislike computer preferences. If you want them to be assessed, then say I like phones and computers. This got 790 votes on it. And then again, Sims obsessively using objects. Speaking of computers, they will receive a cooldown now on wanting to do this autonomously again for half of a Sim day. This cooldown does not exist for non-active household Sims, so if you have some guests over, they're going to go to the computer, I bet. For Sims who are geeks and Sims who like computers, when it is a preferred interaction for getaways, clubs, and small businesses or dynasties, Sims who dislike computers, a new preference will be added. They'll never autonomously use them anymore. So hopefully this will decrease them using computers. With the Troll the Farms computer interaction, it has been added to the same cooldown to use as the other computer interactions. Sims will now need Mischief skill level 6 or higher to perform this action autonomously unless they have the following Sim traits: evil, childish, geek, hot-headed, erotic, or mean, who always have it available. And this affects the base game. If a sim autonomously destroys a dollhouse, it will receive a cooldown on wanting to do this autonomously again for some time. They've also made a change that only sims with certain traits, such as evil, hates children, mean, and hot-headed, will never autonomously decide to destroy a dollhouse while angry. Before this update, the autonomous behavior could occur for any sim who is feeling angry or dazed. So they have to have these traits in order for them to destroy a dollhouse by themselves. If a sim autonomously mixes a drink, they will receive a cooldown on wanting to do it again for a full sim day for non-PC players. Obviously, this could occur frequently if the sims were inspired or sims that have the bro or foodie trait. If sims autonomously swimming, they will receive a cooldown on wanting to do this autonomously again for some time. This cooldown does not exist for non-active household sims, so NPC players will not affect this. But on pool venues, during a pool party or birthday party events, when swimming is a preferred interaction in getaways, clubs, or small businesses, they're obviously going to be swimming as an activity. Or if a sim is a mermaid or a plant sim, they will be autonomously swimming more often than other sims. Has your sim played the violin way too much? Well, now they're going to have a cooldown on wanting to do this autonomously again for a full day sim day. This cooldown does not exist for non-active household sims or for sims who are music lovers, who like violins, or it is a preferred interaction again in a getaway, club, small business, or dynasty. Same thing with a guitar. They will receive a cooldown for wanting to do this again for a full day. And this does not exist for non-active household sims, for sims who are music lovers, and sims who like guitars, or of course when it's a preferred interaction. If a sim autonomously plays chess, they will receive a cooldown on wanting to do this again for a full sim day. This is only for non-PC players only, and it is not applicable for during clubs or getaways evolving around chess. They've also added a cooldown for sims dancing on a lot that a sim owns. Sims who like dancing have the dance machine trait and certain situations that will not receive this cooldown, but this cooldown is not for non-active household sims. This cooldown will disappear when your sims move lots in case they are going to a lot that they want to actually dance. So if you're at home, they will have this cooldown. If you're traveling to a dance club, party club, they'll start doing the dancing again because it's going to change those lots. And again, they're also going to reduce how often sims considers turning on the radio. Sims with music lover trait will consider listening to music more often than other sims. And then, of course, push-ups, sit-ups, stretches. They've added a cooldown for autonomous as well. Now, sims that are introduced at a club venue, gym venue, or sims with an active trait will consider doing this autonomously more than other sims. And they've also added a cooldown for foodie sims watching the culinary training videos on the television, where they won't do this autonomously for 2 days after doing it once. If a child sim autonomously uses a spaceship playground, they will receive a cooldown on wanting to do this again for another full sim day. This cooldown does not exist for non-active household sims or when it is a preferred interaction for getaways, clubs, or small businesses. Leaving the current lot also removes the cooldown. If a sim autonomously plays with a lump of clay, they will receive a cooldown on wanting to do it autonomously again for a while. They didn't specify how long, but this cooldown does not occur for creative sims or sims who like pottery. For those of you who love and have Discovery University, if a sim autonomously plays with a soccer ball, they will receive a cooldown on wanting to do this again for a while. They didn't specify how long. But this cooldown does not occur for sims who like fitness or for non-household sims. For cottage living, if a sim autonomously does cross-stitch, they will receive a cooldown on wanting to do this again for some time. They didn't specify how long. This cooldown does not exist for sims who like cross-stitching or when it is a preferred interaction for a club. For Love Struck expansion pack, sims will no longer consider playing Thumbs Up or the Woohoo card game while in the middle of writing a book on the computer, which is very specific. For adventure awaits, if a sim autonomously plays with the paper plane, it will receive a cooldown on wanting to do it again for a while. This cooldown does not occur for sims who like paper crafting. If a sim autonomously uses a yoga mat, they will receive a cooldown on wanting to do this right away. This cooldown does not exist for high maintenance sims or sims who like wellness. Sims also must be a level 2 to autonomously use a yoga mat now. And the cooldown is removed when leaving the lot. But if it is a preferred interaction for getaways, clubs, or small businesses, they will still be using the yoga mat autonomously. A cooldown has been added for the popcorn popper, so after it has been used by a sim, the sim will not want to use it immediately again for some time. And then let's look into other things that they're looking for. So animals in the animal shed, chicken coop, mini goats, and sheep will no longer be multiplied in your inventory. This was happening when these animals were placed into your Sims inventory and then back into the world, and after that the Sims moved their household. This is from Cottage Living and Horse Ranch expansion packs. Some of the other things in the base game that they are fixing these issues. Sims with unflirty traits will no longer get the ick when hugged, and placing a painting on the wall when the sim is returning it to the Sim's inventory will no longer result in a simulation error. So that's lovely. From the season pack of seasons with 279 votes, flowers will no longer get stuck mid-air when you're crafting a flower arrangement. Having issues with your inspection or maintenance for a property owner aspiration with 279 votes, this interaction will now become available on broken objects in a tenant household for a landlord. So if you're really wanting to finish this aspiration, it is finally getting fixed. For Life and Death expansion pack, they have adjusted the design elements on some of their swatches for the Ornament Mystery Run, which were concerning some players. There was an issue that had an updated family tree the last patch update that could cause wrong connections of overlapping, which is now going to be fixed. It has 113 votes on it currently. They also fixed a crash that could occur when zooming a game after deleting the Cap household in Ordarian. This is Royalty and Legacies expansion pack, but now this shouldn't crash your game if you delete the Cap household. Again, with a Royalty and Legacy expansion pack, they also fixed Orion's Venbar lot, so it is no longer being reversed. So as you can see from the pictures, it is just backwards. But they have officially fixed this on the 17th. With Parenthood Game Pack, child and teen Sims grew up in the same household, but when they were not related to each other, they get a super sibling relationship despite being related, and then they could later romance each other. Because they didn't want to prevent the stories where the children could have possibly been the same household at one point while not being related, ended up in a relationship, they decided to fix this by renaming relationships to childhood besties and the childhood femini. So they are redoing their titles for these relationships. Strangerville pack. There should no longer be a script call fail error when the plant contaminant cell is on the lot and the player tries to place other objects. So that way you can go through Strangerville. All makeup that was on an everyday category has been added to both hot and cold weather outfit categories as a sorting option. They've also sorted 43 existing items under the kid decoration category. Various lights that were previously considered wall lights have actually been sorted into lighting and outdoor light build mode category. The cute criddle basket is now sorting under objects by function, kids, and decoration. They also updated the swatch color for the makeup lipstick, Glossy Lips Red Ruby, to appear more accurate. And the bottom skirt plated will no longer appear as masculine frame Sims. And the pencil holder object has been additionally sorted into the clutter category in build mode. Other things that they are fixing on tagging is the wicker work diaper storage object will now be sorted under objects by function, kids, and kids furniture. The bow 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 object is now sorted under objects by function, activities and skills, and life events. The Martin Soul wall pattern is now categorized under the miscellaneous category rather than the paneling build mode category. The clap cobbled peach, white brick, and clap cupboard blue, red brick, wall patterns will now be sorted by masonry and siding. The scene in Prophetess Moon, right side up gnome, the Bob the Butler fancy sculpture have been removed from their previous sorting category and now are sorted under function, decorations, and sculptures. Fun. Other things from multiple packs and expansions, they are updating a large amount of their love seats and benches to properly identify as benches for lot requirements when you're placing it. Lovestruck expansion pack. They have adjusted the Lovestruck beard swatches to display in the correct order. So bottom jeans will now appear as masculine fashion choice and the Creative Sim filters. Perilous paneling and pattern and perilous paneling will now sort as a paneling category, and the Lunar Reverie will sort as a wallpaper category. Wild Uncarry Cane plant will now be sorted in both roof sculptures and outdoor plants. T-boat neck gradient pink will no longer sort as yellow in the Creative Sim filters. Obviously, it has pink in the name. And this is from the expansion pack or the pack backyard stuff. The librarian shelf and the I'm so shiny surface has been removed from the sculptures category. Because why would they be in a bookshelf? Free holiday stuff. The Kenyan and the Mura light objects are now sorting under lighting and table lamp. Holiday snowman and pre-stung tree of lights is now sorting under the lightning and outdoor lighting. Kitchen clutter. All clutter items for the kitchen clutter pack are now visible when sorting by the pack filter and looking under miscellaneous decorations category in the build mods view. Forever Friends event. The Tank Twist Black Solid Black Crane will no longer appear for Massillanian Frame Sims. Nature Calling event. The Cove Stone Round, Cove Stone Flat, and Cove Stone Custer objects are now sorted as outdoor plants, rocks category in the build mode. Still working on fix to recover. So this whole section is going to be what they're working towards now. So fixing to recover the save feature, which I think would be super helpful with game crashes, or if you forget to save now and then, it'd be super helpful. So they're looking into something like that. They're also looking to fix the partner sims turning into siblings, which actually has 290 votes right now. And of course, our black photos that are still happening after the February patch update. They are still working on a fix for those. Still working on infant issues such as Sim standing around instead of taking care of the infant toddler. Checking baby interrupts all attempts to care for the baby and infant. Needs are declining while playing on another lot. And of course, Sims putting an infant down before putting them in the crib, or infants not in the crib correctly, or they're spawning outside of the home after loading. They recognize that these are all still huge issues, especially playing around infants and toddlers, and they are hopefully working on a solution, and they will be rolling that out soon. And of course, the Sims team knows another important issue is where build mode items can become unplaceable, new objects disappear immediately, and existing objects cannot be moved or deleted. They believe that they have a fix, but they still need to do some testing to verify it, so they're letting us know when they're actually going to fix it. They're also looking into different sleeping issues that are highly rated with the community, as simulation remains a top area of focus for them. They are planning on trying to address these concerns through another set of fixes pertaining to Sim sleeping, as well as the build mode issues. So what are you most excited for this patch update? Please let us know in the comments, and thank you for watching Sims Life channel. Please hit that like button and subscribe for more news, updates, issues, and gameplay. Happy simming!